Alex, Storm Francis was raging out there today. How difficult did that make it for a pre-season game?
Yeah, listen, it's the same for both teams. I think it's tough to move the ball in the conditions. I think probably the biggest thing you find it tough with is try to switch the play. I thought the longer passing became more difficult because obviously the distance and the fact that the pitch was so saturated and your boots tend to expand and your feet don't they don't stick in your boot as well when you're trying to hit that longer pass. But I thought we moved the ball well. To be honest, I thought the game should have been out of sight. Really, we had 2 or 3 really good opportunities in the first half. We get a goal, they sort of have a little bit of play, we nick it and we break and we damage them. So, yeah, listen, when you don't take some of the opportunities that come your way and the games sort of wear on, and obviously the opposition's got nothing to lose at that point, and we made an error. It's a bad back pass and they nick in and get a goal. So, listen, that's disappointing, frustrating because we wanted to win the game. But I think in terms of our controlling the match, our build-up play was good. I think the concern was the fact that we didn't convert more chances.
Our obviously goal itself came from Tom Barkes, and he did really well when he came on Saturday, and it was a nice finish today.
Yeah, listen, Tom carries a threat for us. He's pace in behind. He held his width really well in the game, and you've got to be disciplined to do that because there's a tendency to want to go and draft and get involved in the match. But yeah, I thought certainly we moved the ball. Certainly in the first half very well and created a lot of opportunities, and even the second half, I thought Shawnee had a couple of good chances. I think Scotty gets in for one as well down the side, made a few good opportunities to put good crosses in. Maybe sort of quality wasn't quite there. So yeah, listen, there's obviously a tinge of frustration and a bit of disappointment with the result, but yeah.
You got 2 lots of 60-30s in, and then you go straight now into a competitive game. It's not easy, but I suppose the shortened off period helps in terms of their match readiness.
Yeah, yeah, we've only had 3 weeks off, so it's not as if we've been off for long. I think it's just getting match sharpness really into the squad, and then obviously hoping we're ready for next Saturday and we want to go and win that game.
It's quite strange, isn't it, to have that in the middle of pre-season, but what it does, it just means that adds an extra sort of edge to it.
Yeah, but listen, it's not a game with no consequences. Do you know what I mean? Like if you look at most friendlies, obviously you always want to win, but there's no consequences at the end of it. You don't drop points or you don't get knocked out of the cup, whereas next week's got consequences. So we want to make sure we're in the next round of the cup and we want to put a good performance in. We want to play well. We've got 3 really tough games after that as well for Premier League opposition, and that should set us up well for the start of the season.
You got all the 22 on Saturday out again today, so no more injuries, which is good. Just Darnell and Deku, who we didn't mention at the weekend, and Louis, of course, who shouldn't be too far away from joining in with you.
Yeah, the lads have just picked up sort of niggles. Obviously, Louis been longer term, but Declan and Darnell in particular have just picked up nothing significant, but certainly enough to be out for 10 days to 14 days potentially. So unfortunate for them, they've missed these games, but we'll hope to get back them involved in terms of the games coming up.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.